Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Sorry I've been gone for, I don't know, a year and a half, maybe close to 2 years. That's a real long hiatus, but I moved across the country, started a new job, had a kid. So this kind of took a back burner because, to be honest, I don't make any money doing these videos. I just think these are cool products. I do try to do a lot of the tech videos, mostly because I know that not everybody is very tech savvy. So they're very simple to do once you know the method of setting it up. So that's why I'm running through this, which I think is an awesome product. This is a 13.3-inch screen by Sinyofox. Just to give you kind of an idea, this is the 10-inch iPad. It is quite a bit different. Let me line it up so you can see. So it's a lot bigger, and the reason I got it is because that new kid that I was telling you about, he's going to be rear facing for a long time, and what I found in the past is that my kids would want to see the screen. They want to see the movie, obviously, so they have their head kinked around for hours and hours trying to watch that show. So I'm going to be able to mount this right on the headrest using this awesome little mount back here. I'll show you guys that later on in the video, so that he won't have to have a kink in his neck when we go on our really long road trips, which my family loves to do. I don't, but my family does, so we do it. So what's in the box? Comes with a cigarette lighter adapter. Comes with a 3-meter HDMI cable. It comes with this wiring harness. This is to tap into your existing media center. It's pretty self-explanatory. Everything is labeled, so you pull out your stereo and you just connect those in. I don't have one of those in there, so I can't show you that, but I will show you how to hardwire it in. Comes with a user manual, sort of. I'll show you everything on that. It's a lot. It's not hard. It's just that's not a great user manual. And then it comes with these, which are little adapters to fit around your headrest. I'll show you that. If you want to hardwire into your car and you don't have an existing media center to use that harness, I would highly, highly recommend picking up a couple of these. These are just wire taps or fuse taps that plug into your fuse block. You find an accessory fuse, you plug it in, and you tie this into this piece here, which is super, super easy. So get 2 of those, one for the accessory, one for the constant. And then get some of these. I get crap every time I tell you guys to get these, but they really work good. These are wire nuts. They're made for the house, but they work awesome in the car. I've used them for decades, literally. I mean, I'm not that old, but a couple decades I've been using those in cars, and I've never had an issue, not a single time. I've used the wire splices that you kind of pinch down. I've had problems with those, but I've never had an issue with these. So pick them up if you can't solder and heat shrink. I solder and heat shrink now, which is a better way to do it, more permanent. These wire nuts are awesome. Basically, all you do is cut off the end here, strip out the wire, and then you're going to connect the 2 wires in together. In this case, it would be one of these. You're going to connect those 2 in together once they're stripped, and you just twist that on, and you have a really solid connection. All right, go ahead and give me crap in the description, or sorry, in the comments if you want, but that's what I'm saying my recommendation is. All right, so now let's go ahead. Oh, almost forgot. Show you some of the inputs. It's really cool. It's got inputs for HDMI. It's got inputs for USB. It's got an input for an SD card, I think you can actually do 5G on this. I'll have to or sorry, 4G on this. I'll have to double check. And then the outputs here are an HDMI output, and then this is the output for the wiring harness. So this is really cool. I've actually already used it for like a dual monitor for my computer, and it works great for that. All right, so let's go ahead and boot it up. This is the power button down here. This boot up screen, I'll show you how to change the logo on that. It's a pretty easy setting. I'll do that once it gets booted up. For now, I'm going to go ahead and let this boot up so you don't have to sit here and wait for 30 seconds, and I'll be back with you when it's up. All right, so we are all booted up. This is the main screen here. I'll show you just how to change some of the settings when you're just going to go to the settings menu. Imagine that. This is an Android system, so if you're unfamiliar with Android, I'll give you some real quick pointers here. This right here is the home button, the circle. The square button actually opens up all of your open apps so that you can toggle between them, swipe to get rid of it. The first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to connect to a Wi-Fi network. This is the toggle over here to turn it on and off. One of the things that I think is pretty cool, you can scroll down here to the LED light effect, and it's got some LEDs down here on the bottom, multicolors, so that you can hit these buttons here to change to whatever color you want. If you want to keep the light on, You can just hit the back button and it's on. If you want to turn it off, you just go to close and it turns it off. So again, this is to open your settings so you can kind of, or sorry, to toggle between apps. What else is really cool? Oh, I told you I would show you how to change the display, the boot up. So you're going to go to factory settings. For some reason, it's passworded. I don't know why that would need to be passworded, but it's all capitals. So double click that up arrow. It's in your user manual to be able to get into there. So you have all of the different logos for the major auto manufacturers, so you can change it to whatever car you happen to have it in. The theme setting, this has a bunch of different themes, which I think is pretty cool. You can kind of toggle between those. To keep it, you just hit the home button when you're on the one that you want. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to keep it as the normal one. I'm going to hit the home, and now we're back to the home screen. I have tested out let's see, what have I tested? I've tested Prime Video, I've tested Netflix, and I've tested Disney Plus. I think those are kind of the big ones. YouTube works great also, just to show you guys. If my Wi-Fi is a little slow. But there it goes. Pretty awesome, right? All right. And you can hear it's got a 2-watt speaker system in there, so it's actually got really good sound for an Android system or just for a tablet. It's better than a typical tablet system. All right. So we're going to X out of that. Swipe to get rid of it. All right. So like I said, I've tested Disney Plus, Netflix, and Amazon, and they all work great. So actually, let's make a different section here. I'm going to talk you through how to install Disney Plus because that's the only one that was kind of an issue. But let's walk through how to get these major streaming services operational on this. All right, so I actually have to redo this part because YouTube pulled my video because they said that I had a copyright infringement because I played 3 seconds of Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers on Disney Plus. So I'm going to redo it. I do have a solution to that. I think I've come up with the perfect anti-copyright device. We'll show you that in a sec. So to start out anyway, I'm going to go ahead and delete this. So there's 3 ways that you're going to try it. The best way to do it, if you can get it to work, is to go APK Pure and just search for Disney Plus. Man, my internet's terrible today. So search for Disney Plus and you should be able to download it from there. This honestly has not worked well for me on any of my rooted Android device. On any of my rooted Android devices, but you can just hit that install and try it from there. If that doesn't work, the next option is to download from this website. This is a ddnet.ltd/DL. That's what it is. So ddnet.ltd/DL. They have a bunch of apps on here. Disney Plus is this one up here. You're just going to click it. You're going to download this one here. There's 2 downloads that you have to do. One of them is the Uptown App Store, and then the second one is the Disney Plus. So the first thing that I did was install this Uptown App Store. That is this one here. Maybe, where is it? Yeah, Uptown App. So this is a different app store specifically for rooted device. It's kind of the same thing as APK Pure. You can search for Disney Plus right here and then download it from the Uptown App Store. That one also didn't work for me. So my next solution, and this is the one that finally did work, is to go back to that website. You're going to hit this Disney, this is the XAPK. So you're going to hit that and you're going to download it. Once it downloads, you're going to hit open, and then it's going to come up. It's going to say install it. And so let me say that opened through that Uptown App Store. That's the reason why you have to install that first. When it comes up the first time, it will say, how do you want to open this? Choose that app store. And I'm sorry I can't show you that, but I've already done this before, so so my tablet isn't set up the exact same way. So yeah, choose to install through that app store. You might have to also enable permissions to install from unknown app sources as well. So I'm going to go ahead and hit install and see how it opened that. That was just because it was my default setting. So this is going to install, and then you're going to log in like normal. So the other installs got to this point as well where I actually logged in. It was when I went to actually go play that it would get stuck in a bootloader. So I'm going to pause for a second, I'll log in and I'll be right back with you. All right, so you can see it's loading, it's working, but in order to show you that it's actually working, I have to engage my anti-copyright device. Are you guys ready? Here it comes. Now I can play something here. Let's just do Spider-Man because that's what my kids were watching. I'm gonna hit resume. Wait for it. All right, so clearly it's working. Now I have to exit out of that. Ta-da! Anti-copyright device. All right, so hopefully that works. We'll see if this one gets taken down too. So you can see that Disney Plus is working on a rooted device, which is not super easy to do. I gave you 3 different ways. Go in the order that I did, that I showed you. APK first. If it doesn't work, uninstall it. Then install this app store here. Maybe where's the up to down app store? Try to install from there. If that doesn't work, then you can install from the link that I showed you, and it's working great. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Amazon Video works good. Netflix also works good. I mean, I guess I can show you that it's working. I might have to also engage my anti-copyright device here. Oh man, this is ridiculous. I'm just trying to show you guys that this is working. All right, so this is Netflix. You can see Netflix. So let's go ahead and just choose something off the top. I don't know what this is, but we're gonna just push play. And you can see that Netflix is working too. There it goes. All right. Amazon Prime, same thing. Those are the ones that I've tested and that I've gotten working. So hopefully this helps you guys out. If it does, make sure to hit the like, the subscribe. It really helps my channel out. Helps me to actually be able to purchase more items like this and do reviews. So let's move on to the next step. All right, so the first way to use a Wi-Fi display is to use HappyCast, which comes pre-installed on the tablet. What you're going to do is see this little QR code. You're going to use, I use Google Lens. If you're on Android, that works good. Apple, you'll just use whatever app you use to read QR codes. You're going to hit that button, and it's going to ask you if you want to install that APK or download the APK. So this is the matching HappyCast APK. Once it's done, you're going to click on it. This says for your security, you're not allowed to install. Again, anytime you install from a new source, it's going to ask you this. I'm going to give it permission to install from that source, and then I'm going to hit install and install HappyCast. Once that's done, you open. This is device location. I'm just going to allow it when I'm using this. And so now, I'm going to open HappyCast. Scroll through the whole new thing here. All right, once you open HappyCast, it automatically finds the HappyCast here, which is set to HappyCast F7. Ooh, focus there. HappyCast F7. So all you're going to do is click that on here. You can choose this button up top here to actually mirror the entire thing. again, asking for permissions. This is Android's new security system. We're going to permit it to draw over the other apps, and then we're going to turn it on again. When you hit start now, and now you're casting. You don't have to do mirroring the entire times. You can just do like open YouTube, for example, to cast. When you turn it sideways, as soon as the ad is done, I can put it into full screen. There it goes. All right, so now you can put it into full screen and you see that it casts perfectly. Super easy to do. Whoops, sorry, bumped that. If you don't want to use the happy cast, there is also a Wi-Fi casting ability, which I will show you. So I'm going to go ahead and stop casting now. And I should mention, you have to be on the same Wi-Fi network as HappyCast, so as the tablet. So the tablet and the phone have to be on the same Wi-Fi connection in order for HappyCast to work. That's what I was trying to say. If you're not on the same network, you can actually use your phone. Pretty much all phones have this tethering and mobile hotspot. You can connect your mobile hotspot, or turn on your mobile hotspot and connect your tablet to your phone's mobile hotspot, and it works exactly the same. I've tried it, it works great. So now let's go ahead and go through how to do the built-in Wi-Fi casting. All right, so the second way, and the way that I actually prefer to do screen sharing, is through the default settings app on your phone, and this app here, which is the Wi-Fi display. It's super easy to use. All you do is you go into your phone settings, you hit screen sharing, and you turn that on. It's going to search for this, which is the Android 90BF. That's the name of it. And it should come up. There it is. So you're going to hit that, and it's going to connect. And that's all there is to it. So there you go. So again, if I want to show you, maybe let's do YouTube on the phone, just because it's easy. Hashtags, because they're hilarious. And it was first on my list. And you can hear that the sound is actually being cast through the better speakers on that as well. So that's it. That's as easy as it is to do the screencasting. Again, that's the reason why I like that one better. To end it, you're going to hit that little floating button, and you're going to disconnect. Now you're back to normal. So super easy to do the screencasting on this, to share, which is convenient in the car. If you have this in the back, mom and dad in the front can control what's actually being displayed without the kids having to do anything on it, which I think is awesome as well. Again, it has the kind of like the basics, the video that you can install onto your SD card or even a USB, and music as well, so you can play through there. One of the other things that I really love is Kodi. You can install Kodi through the default, like the actual Google Play Store. This doesn't work because Kodi doesn't care if your stuff is rooted or not. I have all of my DVDs ripped onto a hard drive that actually runs through Kodi, so it's really nice that runs as easily as it does. You have File Explorer, you have pictures. I mean, the rest of this stuff I think you guys can probably go through. So I think that the next step is to take it out to the car and actually show you guys how to install it, how to mount it, and to show some of the functionality inside the car. All right, so we're out here getting ready to install it. I apologize for the birds that are quite noisy this morning. Hopefully you can still hear me. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to try to find which one of these little plastic pieces works for you. You can see that they're all numbered, so if you find one too big, obviously go small, the other way around. And the goal is that you're going to try to get this piece as tight as you can around those. So those little plastic pieces here, they just slide right in, which is super convenient. So I found the ones for mine, 12.2, which is the smallest one. And then you slide them right in here, and then these pieces. So this is the way that this works. These buttons here open up. This button here locks the mount right here on the back. So if it's unlocked, obviously you can slide this off. I find it easier to do it with this whole piece off. So you unlock that, you slide this whole thing out that way, Then what you're going to do is you're going to push these buttons to open both sides. You're going to bring it around the back side just like this. Sorry for the shake. And then you're going to push in. These are spring loaded, so you push them in until they fit around the side like that. So just again push the two sides in, then you just lock it just like that. That's it. So the reason why you need to get the plastic pieces right is that you don't want this to wiggle around on the headrest itself. You can raise and lower the headrest as you need, obviously. Then switch this over to lock so that it doesn't fall out once you find your position. You can lock it in if you want it close to the headrest. Boom, put it close to the headrest. You can see you can adjust. It's quite sturdy. This is actually a really, really good mounting system. I'm very pleased with that. So that's it. That's all there is as far as mounting it inside. Obviously, if you want it to work, you're going to have to plug it in. So find wherever your cigarette lighter adapter is and plug that in. For those of you that want to hardwire it, I'm going to give you a couple pointers on that real fast. All right, so the next part is going to vary from car to car, but you're going to find your fuse block location. You can Google that for your particular car and year, and I guarantee it's out there. You're going to look on the cover or Google fuse block diagram to find what all of those fuses go to. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find one that has power constantly and one that doesn't. So in my car, I have a power outlet that has power to it even when the car is off. So that's where I would tie into for the constant. And then the sunroof is one that's only comes on when the car turns on, which is an accessory. So this is how you know. See, 12 volt constant. So that one to me would go, in this particular car, would go to the outlet. Then you're going to have this one that's a 12 volt accessory. This is the one that's going to go to, for this car, the sunroof. And like I said, the reason I recommend these is they are so easy to tie into. Literally, all you do is unplug the fuse, the existing fuse, you plug it in here, and then you plug this right back into that exact same fuse spot, which might be hard to do with one hand. Let's see. Nah, I got it. All right, and that's all there is to it. It is so easy. That's the reason why I recommend that. You still have a fuse system, and it's safe and easy to do. I'll show you this too, because this was back before I started soldering. That's all there is for those, focus. That's all there is for the wire nuts. Then I've had this in the car. This is actually to a different monitor. This is to that monitor there. And I've had this in the car for years without any issue at all. So again, just to clarify, the red that says accessory, there it is. The red that says accessory goes to a fuse that is only turned on when the car is turned on. The 12 volt constant goes to a fuse that always has power. So all you're going to do is strip the wire, pop on one of these wire nuts. You just twist them together, twist this on top, you're good to go. Again, I put some electrical tape just for good measure. And then the last thing that you're going to have to do is ground the system out. So this black one that says ground in a car means that it's touching metal. So you have to find somewhere that this reaches that touches metal. And for this car, I probably have to go underneath. If there's paint on it, it won't work. So take a little sandpaper, sand off the paint, and then attach this. So how are you going to attach this? If you can find that, a lot of times in the cars underneath these things, you will find places that are already grounded out. You'll see a wire going to a screw or a bolt inside underneath the dashboard. If you can't do that, find where this goes, where it's hidden, and then sand off the paint if there's paint. You can get a self-tapping screw at any hardware store, and you just screw that in so that it's nice and snug. The one thing that I will tell you is try not, sorry for the mess, try not to put anything against this back wall. This is the firewall, and a lot of times they run wires. So try to find a place under here. For this car, all you have to do is unscrew this, and this panel pops off, and you can find a little place anywhere that is metal, and that's all you have to do to ground it out. So those three things are the keys to getting this working when you're hardwiring it. Then you can run the wires however you want. You can run them through these just to give you an idea. Man, my car is messy. That is terrible. All right, so just to give you an idea, all of these things, these just pop off, and most car trims are the exact same way. So anything like this, if the wire was long enough, it's not, but you're gonna find a piece just like this somewhere where you can see there's clearly no wires or anything behind it. You're gonna sand this paint off so that it's bare metal. You're gonna put a self-tapping screw through and you're done. But you can run the wires this way back to wherever you're mounting the screen. And again, that'll vary from car to car, so I'm not gonna really spend a lot of time. You just snap that back on. All right, now that you've seen my dirty kid's car, I think that covers it for the install. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment. I will do my best to answer. Fairly straightforward as far as hardwiring it in. If it's a temporary thing, the cigarette lighter is an easy solution to that problem. So hope you guys like it. And again, if you have any questions, hit me up. I don't get on here very often, so be patient if it takes me a couple weeks to get back to you, but I will try to answer your questions. All right, so YouTube removed this part as well because I didn't engage my anti-copyright device and played a little bit of a Disney movie, and Disney does not like that. So I want to show you guys how to sync with your Bluetooth. I also want to show you one thing. There's always going to be an issue sending video to Bluetooth audio. I have no idea if it's my car or if it's what it is, but every single phone or tablet I've connected to this car has had a sync issue where the words on this in the sound don't match up with the person's lips, and it's really frustrating. So there's a few ways around that. The best way is to just plug your tablet into an auxiliary port. That'll give you the best, most clear sound and most consistent sound. There's another option is to do it through this. This is the FM transmitter. You can just click this on button and set the FM station that you want, and then of course dial your radio to that station. The best option to choose a radio station is to find one that's bordered on both sides by static, so that hopefully you'll have a little less interference from the radio station itself. So all right, that being said, let's go ahead and pair. All you're going to do to pair to your car is hit the Bluetooth. You're going to hit connected devices. This one was connected, so I'm gonna, because I already had this, so I'm gonna forget this and see if we can get it to work. Forget device. So I need to switch to Bluetooth. I'm gonna wait. I gotta actually restart my car, and then I'm gonna come back with you. All right, so I had to restart my car because I had to delete this tablet from there and then restart. But anyway, so you're going to go into your Bluetooth settings. You're going to choose a pair new device. On my car, you can choose a pin. I'm just going to choose at 1000. I'm going to hit OK. It says pairing in progress, so I'm going to come down here. I'm going to choose pair new device, and we're going to wait for a second while it comes up with Mazda. Then it's going to come up and ask for the pin that I just put in, which was 1000, and then I'm going to hit the OK button over here, and OK. Now it's going to connect. It says active, and we are good to go. So let's go ahead now and test it out. So to test it, I'm going to not use Disney because they are crazy and will take it down. So I'm going to just use some YouTube here. Can never go wrong with hashtags. With 6 grams of natural protein, and you can hear that it's going through the Bluetooth. I want you to be able to see the lag here. So you get to watch another one.
Now I thought I'd share some of my favorite airport fail tweets from you guys. Here we go. This first one is from
So you can see that's
Victor.
absolutely terrible.
My flight was delayed, so I took a nap in the terminal. Woke up to find that.
Yeah, so it's an absolutely terrible lag. There is some software edits that you guys can do if you really want to. I can look through and show you guys how to do that. I personally run Kodi for all of my media. And so Kodi, you can actually choose to adjust the sync on the audio. So anyway, that's how you sync the Bluetooth and how you use the FM transmitter. Again, the absolute best is to just plug it into your auxiliary cord. You won't have, or auxiliary port. You won't have any issues with that at all. All right, thanks for sticking with me. I know that was a long video, but there are a lot of features on this tablet, and I'm really pleased with it. If anything changes, I will actually update that in the description. You will see any of my problems with it. I tend to only do videos for products that I like because I don't really want to promote any products that I don't. Again, I don't get paid if you buy this. I'm pleased with it, so I hope that you'll like it. For now, for me, I give it 5 stars.